Hi, I'm Tabitha. I was one of the crew members on a PSA production with Maui Youth and Cultural Center's Venture Media program. My group got the opportunity to interview representatives from the Juvenile Probation Court on the topic of underage drinking. We believe the following information from our interview is important for the Maui community to hear.
Hi, my name is Meredith Russell, and I'm a supervisor here at Family Court Juvenile Probation.
And my name is Misty Nakoa, and I am also a supervisor here at the Juvenile Client and Family Services branch for the Crisis Intake section.
We have come across quite a few kids that start drinking early.
Sometimes we get them as young as 5 years old, but we have seen a lot of kids starting to drink at 11.
The lower socioeconomic category, I think we might find that some of those kids start maybe at an earlier age. All ages, you know, from middle school to high school, we've had kids from all schools come through here for drinking.
We think what's contributing to kids drinking so young is the media is a big one.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure. Definitely. Lack of supervision from parents, and you know, the lack of knowledge that both parents and kids have of the consequences of drinking.
Parents really need to know where their children are at and who they're with and what they're doing, and you know, and be awake when they come home, and so that you can make sure that you know where your child has been and what they're doing.
There are adults who condone this kind of behavior. You know, we see it on Facebook sometimes for some of our kids who we have on probation, on YouTube, on MySpace, and they're actually taking pictures with the kids, you know, using the substances.
Buying it for them, using it themselves.
There are also times when the kids are waiting outside of the stores, you know, and asking adults if they'll buy beer for them.
So it's definitely affects the community, and it's a chain reaction. The more they use, the harder it is for them to stop, and it really impacts their school functions and their relationships at home.
If they're starting to use substances at an early age, like 11, it does open the door to them using even more harder drugs at a later age, and then escalating to more serious crimes coming into our department. Once they get hooked on the alcohol, we see them getting into the stores and stealing the hard liquor, the beer.
Well, it affects their family, because then the parents are then left to clean up the mess that they've created. If they've done any damage to the community or somebody else's property, the parents have to pay for it. They'll have to come to court. The parents have to take off work to come to court.
If we educate the parents and educate the children as far as what kind of consequences are headed down the road, legally, physically, you know, academically, financially, I think it'll do a lot of good.
So if you're 12 or 13 years old and you get caught in a community with alcohol, you can't get your license till you're 18. And then there's fines in addition to that your parents will have to pay, big fines, you know, and community service and coming to court and getting put on probation. I mean, there's so much involved with it that I think that if the kids were aware of the serious consequences connected to it, they might think twice about, you know, their actions.
There have been a lot of laws that have been made more strict these past years because of, you know, the young deaths that we've been having.
The majority of the kids who are having alcohol problems are kids who are not involved in any regular kind of pro-social activity. Right. Structure your time positively and have goals and interests in something that it will help them with their spare time.
Your choices matter.